Hello everyone, this is Dawn, and today is Tuesday, and so that means that it's the second installment of our summer retreat. So this summer I thought I would take each Tuesday video to offer you a reflection to use as like a retreat that you can have all during the summer. And so they're just small pieces that are meant to sort of play in the background of your life as you go through each day. There are some questions that you'll just reflect on all week long. And then maybe in the evening you could pull your thoughts together if you'd like. But it's meant to be a retreat for busy people, both because we can't really go to retreat facilities right now, and also because the summertime, just our lives are busy, full of different things. Even in this strange pandemic era, somehow we still are busy. It's a very strange thing. So anyhow, last week I invited you to come up to think about the photo album of your life and what would the stories be. And if you didn't see that one, you might want to go back and watch that. This sort of builds on that, and I'll have a resource for you to use that I'll link to this. It looks like this. And mainly it has some questions. And it asks you to use that photo album that you came up with last week to sort of work through some questions about it. Questions about, so now that you did that, what insights did you gain? What did anything spark a new interest in you? Were you attracted to anything? More importantly, where did you encounter God in all of this? Is there a part of the story, your story, that you have a hard time letting God know about? As humans, we think we can keep things from God. I do that. I don't know why we do that, because, God is God, but it happens. And in the questions that I'll give you this week, were there parts of your stories that were crossroads that when you look at it, you can think of, I could have gone this way or that way, and I went this way, and how did God stay with me through that change, if there was a change? Are you accepting of who you are today? That's a hard one. And if not, can you hold up the areas to God? And if you are, can you hold your whole self up to God in gratitude? And then finally, are there areas that you feel God is wanting to love in you, or to grow, or to change, something about that? And so it's a series of questions, but it asks you to focus on the images, the memories, those crossroads, and maybe specific difficult memories. And while you did some of that last week, this week is to go even deeper. Done in God, if done in prayer, where is God leading you? Is there maybe it's some invitation to reconnect with someone in that memory. Maybe it's to spend more time examining a certain part of your life. I know for me, when I was reflecting on this, I tended last week to go through old childhood memories, maybe teenage years and early adulthood, but really now God is inviting me to examine my more recent history, like 5 years ago, within that time frame, which I don't really want to go there, but I know I can feel God prodding me to go there. And so to be gentle with myself is an invitation for you to be gentle with yourself, but to go to those places with God. Don't go by yourself, but invite God to come along with you. This whole thing, it might seem like, why are we doing the same thing again? But it's sort of like panning for gold. This is an image that I'll invite you to think of. When you see old-timey movies and they're gold, people that are digging for gold, and they have the pan and they stick it in the water and it comes up, and so you have things in the water. So if you imagine yourself, you're sitting by a stream and it's got rushing water, and you've got your pan, which is a sieve. You stick it in there and you bring it out of the water, and it's got all sorts of things in it, and you sort of shake it a little bit, and the little debris falls out, and you shake it a little more and some more stuff falls out. So what you're left with are the bigger rocks. So that's sort of like what you did last week with the bigger rocks. And now you examine those rocks and see where the gold is. What is it that you're the treasures that you're being invited to encounter. Now, if you use that same image, you could still have your pan, and if you just sat by the water looking at it, nothing happens. You actually have to do the work to stick your pan in the water and bring it out. And so I'd invite you to go digging for gold, or panning for gold, not digging, panning for gold this week, and may you encounter the treasures that are waiting to be found. Have a good week.